fucking knife, like, curl into your ball. In the corner. Chris talks about his fingers hurting after like playing a fighting game for a bit. You try slapping fucking the up D-pad on the PS4 for a while. The DualShock 4. I didn't mean slapping. I should probably not slap buttons as hard as I do, but they just do. Because if you do it harder, it becomes even more powerful. That's interesting. She at least did enough to get like a whole little comedy village dedicated to her and her like little dog appearance. So hey, let's see what horrors they've sent me. Alright. I understand why. I understand why. Do you feel powerful? Do you feel in control? I think this is the match for my helmet in here. Yep. Put this back on because it just looks more like, you know, the Doom Guy mask. Just took off my pants. You can wear pants underneath that one at least. Stick it up here. I'll find a... Oh, hang on, well, pardon me. I'll find another place for it though. I know. I wish it was a full-on helmet and not like, you know, this thing levitating a full inch off the front of my face. But, you know, Nintendo got on Nintendo. They feel like if you have a helmet that, like, obscures your character's eyes, you might, like, you know, start thinking you're playing a killing game or something. Something unscrutable and unfit for Animal Crossing. It's not like my eyes are doing anything in this game anyway. Over here's gotten... That's not an egg. So, why are you not registered? Whatever. I don't think this is an egg size one. Help. Now it turned around. You piece of shit. I'm getting owned by a fish. Don't be impatient. Only a carp, yep. I just remember, like, basically if they're around that size in, like, this pond, or basically any pond, it's always a carp. The time is like, there's these fucking things. These eggs are okay. Because these ones, like, just sit in fucking, like, trees that didn't have fruit normally. So it's fine. Like, they can sit there, that's whatever. Like, that's fine. It's the fact that, like, every fish that's of, like, that size, more or less, is an egg. I'm gonna put good odds that this is also an egg. What do you know? So basically, every time you see a shadow of that size, it's a fucking egg. If you want, like, David says that if you have, like, used bait, it will always guaranteed to be a fish and not, like, an egg. But you will see those shadows around more often than not, and it's always a fucking egg. How many design 8 characters want to include Lesser Dog, Rear Dog, Papyrus, and the version of Undyne in full armor? That's interesting. That's quite a contrast too. Like Goofy Dogs, Papyrus, and then just Undyne's a Hell Armor version. Like the helmet and the glowing blue eye and everything. Are you okay? Did I hear that right? I think I did. Yep. It was fucking. The sky was fucking pouring down with shooting stars yesterday. Don't walk near me. I might miss the stars. That was one. I heard at least two go past before I looked up. The thing that kind of sucks is that you can only do the little wish upon a star thing to make them like spawn star chunks the next day if you don't have a tool in your hand. If you have one in your hand, you can't do it. Because you need both hands to pray to Jesus and make him like take chunks of the stars. I think I've already dug up all the earth eggs today, so they're all over the place. I hear one already. Lucy claimed on David's stream earlier that she's been getting like one regular present for like every single rainbow present that has, which is, the rainbow ones are just eggs. Because it's all fucking eggs. I have not seen a regular present for days, so let's see if the game's about to like laugh at me or about to, you know, like prove my point. I heard it on the wind. I walked away from it? Was it like further up? Who can say? Been finding all. Okay. Maybe I'm just fucking cursed then. I don't know. Because I have not seen any. Wherever that one was blowing though, I heard it, but I cannot see it, so it must be off in a direction I did not walk. Rusty Sonic was 6 and Sonic Riders found those. What did you think? I have opinions on. I do generally quite enjoy them, but I do have like opinions on them. Alright, I hear that. What direction is it coming from? It's further down. Figured that would be a given. Must be already drifted up. I could swear I heard that. Must have already missed it. I mean, the 06 dub, like, this the guy voicing Mephiles saying, that just makes you a better cook. Like, perfectly straight-faced was, like, one of the, it's probably like, the single best line in the whole thing. Just for, like, really, he's, like, him and Shadow are probably like, the single best ones in the 06 dub, because they're just both masterpieces. Like, they just do the best lines all throughout. In the Riders one, the one who voices Amy and Knuckles, like, she slams it out of the fucking park. I'm an alpha male gamer. Oh, hang on. Have to mute for a bit. Okay, I can be back now. I should just have top volume conversations on the stairs, why not? Hang on. Okay, I've returned. I meditated upon them, and I realized what my issues are. You know, besides all of them. Rainbow. This is really just going around and just showing the things I've done like that. Alright. This is either a tire or something brand new. It's a black bass. It looked bigger than the black bass shadow I thought. But I was wrong. The fish isn't even as big as that shadow, and yet. To be honest, the only other one I have is like the Defiance of Truth and More Truth, but that's in part because hey, they're talking. This is the first time I've seen like the villagers actually talk amongst themselves. Way to go, Renee, being supportive. That sounds like one of Mamily's web novels, honestly. You know I'm right. In fact, they're probably already out there. Yeah, you're inside. Are you working on your fucking desk? If so, give me your secret. You're not. One chat to be cordial. I guess that makes sense because she's a rabbit. Okay, see ya. So, like, when you make certain milestones, like, your villagers will start giving you shit to, like, put around town. So, like, oh, put this up, it will, like, make the place look more like a town or whatever. And my villagers being galactic gigabrains just both gave me drinking fountains. So, you know. Cheers. In a way, it does. What was I gonna say? These things are all over the fucking place. I swear to God, these fucking people. Yes, you can make streets go up. I think I haven't unlocked street making yet. I think that's part of terraforming, which is like a number of villagers and other main plot event crap away. But you know, like I haven't. From what I've seen, you can make them go in basically any direction you want, really. So you could, yeah. You can make like inclines and shit as well instead of just having to use ladders. So you know you can just make like a little ramp there to walk up, and I'm pretty sure you can make roads in the ramp because it's ground. So you could, and you can like raise and lower, like make like new tiers of cliff and lower them or whatever all you want. The terraforming, from what I've seen, like looks fairly extensive. So you could just make this mad mountain town. I've seen people like completely restructure their entire island, like close over the river, open new rivers elsewhere, make like their house like the centerpiece of the whole fucking town, turn it like more like a fucking RPG looking town and all. Like if you once you get the terraforming and you have the time and wherewithal, you can just basically twist the entire thing to be what you want, which is sick. But I don't know what I would do with that level of power just yet. I also still can't fucking find roses, which I want for like aesthetic reasons. And that's still aggravating me, because I've seen a few people now with them, and kind of like, one of you I know is time travel, and I don't know about the other. But, like, where and how. Like, I do not know why the game has arbitrarily locked me to, like, these, and pansies, like, basically those pansies, and I think like one other, and there's like at least 2 or 3 more flower types the game has just locked me out of for some reason. Like, I don't get it. It's just fucking madness. The sort of like really petty, like just lockout or time gating shit it does, like New Leaf did, that just kind of aggravates. Really, I'm just wandering around, like, seeing it. Mainly, I want to see if I can grab before, like, tag out for the night. I want to see if I can grab, like, a fucking giant water bug. Because I haven't seen one of those fucking things yet. Like, apparently, like, there are tarantula tier spawn. Or, they can spawn when, like, your tarantulas can, and they fuck with tarantula spawns. But I also don't really see a lot of tarantulas around, to be fair. I don't see a lot of bugs in general, to be fair, at night. Until, like, the summer happens and all the beetles are everywhere. And cicadas. Cicadas in the day, beetles at night. There is this guy. But, he's not up to much. I do quite like my villagers. I've got like 2 horses, and one of them like likes to run around. It's quite nice. And the rest are all like generally like, pretty nice looking or pretty cute or whatever. Personalities are more debatable, but hey. Come on, you bastard. Excellent. Alright, crawfish are spawning. It's time to fill an entire room with crawfish. First, we're gonna go shove this inside blathers. That's right, I had to open that other present. I got while I was being talked at. The fact that it's just in a little baggie, like a little goldfish bag instead of like an actual tank or something, it just makes me laugh. Tell me something horrible about crawfish. The missing link between crab and lobster. We learned literally nothing. Thanks, Blathers. You abject bitch. Piano bench. I do not have a piano though, so rip. The museum is like unabashedly like one of the best parts of New Horizons because like fucking look at it. They've never looked like this just fucking amazing. I know I've seen people who are on the same time frame as me have like the other kind of goldfish and something else in this tank, but for the fuck of me if I could ever find them. I have a turtle over there. We have a curious definition of what counts as fish. Specifically a snapping turtle too, which like that thing would fuck you up if you ever got near it. I do like this detail. The sturgeon's bit is like the bottom of the river, like the river mouth, which is where you catch the fucking things. They only spawn in the river mouth. These ones are all just in the river. And these ones, which are you only find in like the cliff face ones, like on the high rivers higher up, or up in the highest part. Just a nice little touch. No idea what goes in here. I assume like sharks and shit must go in there. 4,000 newtons of force behind their bite. Fucking hell. I think they're nasty things and they fuck you up, but that level of power is mad. I finally got anchovies. Everyone had anchovies before me and I could never find the fucking things, but here they are. So you hand in one anchovy and it becomes just this writhing storm of anchovies. I don't actually know what else is meant to be in this tank. There's the horse mackerel. All my other sea fish are like over here. I'm gonna think of it. Where's my sea bass and red snapper? That's just in another tank, actually. Football fish, coelacanth. I could have sworn they'd be like in here or something. Maybe they are and I just can't see them. Horse mackerel and the anchovies. I don't know. Alright, now they're being here then, because this is other sea shit. Sea butterflies have their own dedicated tank for some reason. They just it's because they need like a fucking chunk of ice. I do kind of like the touch that in general, yeah, you only hand one in, but like they will actually add like multiples of the fish in just to look nice now, instead of just having one of every fish, like some sort of half-hearted Noah's Ark. That's right, they must be in this fucking one. I do love this. This is like mad. Yeah, there they are. I think I'm now only missing like the string fish because that was like a March only fish and it's gone. But like, ah, well. Apparently you can still get like the tuna and the marlin, but they're only off the pier. I've never fucking seen big fish off the pier because the spawn rates in this are fucked, but who knows. I might just like gather up like a bunch of manila clams, grind them into fish bait, and then we'll have like a 10-minute stream of me burning all of it looking for a fish bigger than like an egg. And see if we can grab the fuckers. Bug Dam is also nuts, but like these are all for like cicadas and beetles and shit, and they're like right up front, so that's slightly aggravating because that's all empty. The nice touch is that you get certain fish, they start also like spawning here. There's no little entry for them or anything, but they're here, which is nice. Everyone has their own tree stump. That's the bagworm. I don't know where the spider is. These gets to start spawning like nigh. They sadly do not sell as much as like the, I forget what they're called, like the giant silk moths or whatever from the past games, but hey, they do look pretty rad. It's called an atlas moth apparently. Oh, there's a spider. It's only called a spider, but I could swear that thing is a golden orb weaver. Given they have like fucking 10 different butterflies, I kind of wish they did stuff like, they have like 10 different butterflies and like most things are like some variety of beetle and shit. I kind of wish they would like actually have like varieties of spider. Funny for giggles. I know like a lot of spiders are just fucking vicious, but there's plenty of like little ones you could get. What's that Australian one that's like, it's not venomous and doesn't care about humans, but it's like fucking fairly big and sprints about the place? Oh, what is that called? I think it's like a wolf spider or something. There's wolf in the name. It has like like another animal in its name, and apparently they're pretty common. Like they are harmless, but they are like ghastly looking and just fucking sprint all over the place. Because they just run at their prey and grab it. Kind of like the way tarantulas work in this game. Jumping spiders are neat. You get wee tiny jumping spiders around here, and it's just fun watching them in action. Like you just suddenly see it just like just ping forward like a few centimeters at a time. It's like fucking great. I do love this. This is a dedicated butterfly house for the butterflies. Which makes sense given the amount of them there are in this. There's one thing I caught. I don't know where it is, but it was called like a Madagascan sunset moth or something like that. Just let's see if I can find it. Ah, there it is. Madagascan sunset moth. Which is like Jesus steady on. There's also Raja Brooks birdwing. They get like doing some deep cuts for butterflies, but spiders are still just relegated to spider and tarantula. So since the tarantula gets looks like some sort of like Mexican red knee thing. Oops. Pillbug, centipede, moth. The moth does not get to live with the butterflies. The moth has to stay in here. You know, I genuinely didn't see that there, so hey, disguise works. I don't think I have whatever this is meant to be. I was trying to see, like, it has, like, well, no, it has, like, the red on its legs, but is that the red in the right place to be a Mexican red knee? It looks like it should be. Can't think of any other tarantulas offhand that I know that would have, like, you know, red legs like that. Wolf spiders are a huge group of spiders. Okay. There's a specific one that's like a fucking. Now let's see if I can find it. Look it up. Where is my iPad? There it is. There. I just got a message from Noct that says that she appears to have roses in her island. Are you there, Noct? Is that true? If it is, can I like come over and grab them? Doesn't have to be on stream. But can I come over and grab them? lot of wolf spiders. Let's see. Australia. Fuck. It's not that. There's a black house spider, but that's not it. That's it. It's not wolf. It's a different one. It's the huntsman spider. Her island will be pretty underdeveloped right now, but that's the one. The huntsman spider. Yeah, that ghastly thing. Which is just, like, apparently they're also called giant crab spiders because of their size. Size and appearance. Like, these things are, like, nasty fucking big. But they're, like, apparently basically harmless to us. They just sprint around chasing, like, other bugs and spiders. Like, imagine that as, like, an alternate to, like, tarantulas and shit. Just around your just like, oh, hey, huntsman spiders just sprinting full tilt across the ground just to give you the shits. Are big. Let's see. What was the dimensions? Do we have dimensions? Oh, okay, no, this is a whole class of spiders unto itself, apparently, because they're a whole family. Or members of the family. In southern Africa, the genus Palastites are known as rain spiders or lizard-eating spiders. Not commonly, they are confused with baboon spiders. Alright, can we get the Australian one? Well, apparently ones in Laos can attain a leg span of 25 to 30 centimeters, so yeah, ones in Laos can be the size of your fucking head. Let's see. Where is... Yeah, that thing is unholy big. That is a unpleasantly large fucker. What is the one that's in Australia? They produce sounds in their mating rituals. A substrate-borne sound when they detect the pheromone between the species. Oh, good. They just get onto walls and start vibrating their asses. The vibrations of their abdomens. They get on the wall and shake their ass to make music to try and mate. A rhythmic ticking, which sounds like somewhat like a quartz clock, and can be heard by human ears in a relatively quiet environment. So they're big, they go sprinting around your house, and they sit around making ticking noises by shaking their ass when they're horny. God bless. Right. Where is... There's a few in Australia. I don't know which ones are the ones I've heard about then. There's a few that are me found in Australia. Dark skies is split by lightning. A huge rock that they're all chained to. They're all just turning the wheel, like Conan the Barbarian had to turn, just forever. The wheel of nothing. It doesn't do anything. It doesn't produce anything. I presume this is a scorpion tank, by the way. Maybe there might be more than one scorpion. If it don't has that much room compared to the tarantula, who knows? Or something shares it with the scorpion. I do like this. The mole cricket has its wee thing. I assume this must be like ants have their... You must get like ants in here and they have all their shit. I don't know what that is. The long locust. And like mole cricket. Just like a fly rave cage over here. And then there's fleas, which is funny. They have to be specially contained in the back, like, science room. Paper kite has its own, like, cocoons and shit up in here, which is weird. And then there's just some moth over here just by itself, just, you know, having a sit. And because he counts as this, wharf roaches and hermit crabs get tucked over here. Which doesn't seem exactly right, but we're just lumped into bugs because you catch them with a net. If you ask me, like, the hermit crab would be like in, you know, the oh, you actually changed position. That's the wasp. Yeah, the hermit crab would be in, like, you know, the fish section. You can barely see it because of the lighting. Lighting's not great, no. Well, not in that wee section anyway. Lighting is like immaculate throughout in this part in particular, but also like the fish one. So where we just have varieties of rock. Something I find interesting is they add a whole bunch of extra shit in here, and I don't entirely know what the trigger is. Might be just getting like one of the things you have to get here, because I've seen like a, I guess like a preserved tarantula or something here, like a shed tarantula skin or something there, which is curious. That's a shark tooth pattern, huh? I never knew that. If you asked me, I'd have said I was like an ammonite or something. Fuck do I know, really? You just have like a variety of asses here without any other body parts. This one's almost done, and like, fuck me, the size of it. I have more of him than I realized. Doesn't he both his wings? Right now, he looks like he's in an action pose. Again, just a variety of assholes that have no other body parts. In these cases, you know, this guy is like middle and no other bits. All but the skull. I do have like the Triceratops and T-Rex like completed. Which is nice. Like the two big important ones are perfectly sorted. This guy's almost complete and it frustrates me. Because like just no tail just looks wrong. Where is the spot? I do love like that does stuff like this where you can just stand in certain spots that will change the camera angle to show you everything. And of course we just have a glowing meteorite overhead just to remind you of what took all these lives. Lest you forget. Oh, it's a little rat. And of course, you know, like the bright and cheery recreation of the end times or all dinosaur kind. Bladder just wants to make sure you know. What do I actually have in here? That's almost... Okay, the mouth probably has like 2 parts missing. Skull in front. I have no idea what the fuck that is. It's a saber tooth. Okay. We have like half a deer. Let's have a old humanish skull. That's true. Like, cappillaries exist. I suppose I should mind myself when I say that. Not cappillaries, cassowaries, whatever. The hell raptors still exist. And in Australia at that. This is actually coming along like generally a lot faster than it has in past games, because you can like... You have like a decent chance whenever you go to like one of the random islands that it will spawn a fossil there. Which, you know, so you can like get extra fossils. Like, I don't think there's a limit either. Cause I've gotten as many as like... You usually have like 4 spawn on your island. I've gotten as many as like 3 more from like fucking about with islands. So sometimes it's worth just going and rolling the dice anyway. Wait, you just grunting at me. And I in the midnight Arlie music. this again? Oh yeah, I should stuff that in storage at some point. They usually say non-avian dinosaurs when they mean what most people call dinosaurs. That feels like just being, you know, like a prat. You know, like this sort of like overly specific prat just for the cheek of it. They may have like their legit reasons and all, but you know, it is still a bit like, oi. I legitimately do not need fucking. Well, let's just do that. Let's go. Go to an island. Why not? See if Streamlock exists for Animal Crossing. Yes. Sorry, brain shut off for a second there. I don't know. Like, granted, I'm no scientist. I'm not an expert. Fuck do I know, really. But this, I don't know. I feel like at that point they're kind of like different enough to not count as the same. You know what I mean? Pretty sure this is like one of the CM4. Is this the... Yeah, this is the split one. There is like a tragically low amount of fucking... just general island layouts. Like, they have very few. Sadly not. I don't actually know if Noct is still awake or anything. Given it's like midnight, she might have clocked out and I'll just have to bug her tomorrow for it. Do we have some, like, there's also a fair chance there'll be like a message in a bottle, which is always a recipe of some kind. Not necessarily a new one, but always a recipe. And, you know, fair odds of being there. That's an egg. No. Doesn't seem it. Oh well. There we go. There's also always like one bit of furniture stuffed up a tree on these things. There's also always one beat, like one wasp nest, so you know, careful. So like, yes, let's demonstrate this. Stone, let's count how many eggs come out. 1, 2. This is the most generous I've seen them be with the egg spawns. Like, several times I've just gotten like 4 fucking eggs, which is half of what you can get out of these things. Not that I actually need any of these materials anyway. I have like legitimately like 120 fucking iron nuggets in my house because I have nothing to do with it right now. Of course, God forbid. don't remember if like these can be extra money rocks or not. They probably can't. This is remarkably egg-free. What's going on? Yeah, not that I need them, but just chest. I was hoping that would be the fossil. Or a fossil. Not always a fossil, but it'd be nice if it was. Also a mole cricket, but I can go to hell. One of my current goals is like, you know, before they refresh tomorrow, is like catch a flea. And I got it after I'd already caught and donated a flea today to Blathers. And I have not seen another villager with... Whoop. Oh well, fuck. They're only worth like 2,000 bells, which is not a lot. In the grand scheme of things. Especially since anything I sell now has a penalty applied to it. I mean, your key word there is probably. You know? I would be kind of surprised if that were the case. Yeah, you can pretty much, when you're not like active, because like a lot of the sponsors, it seems like you get at your home island anyway. So it's kind of like, oh well. Usually it's go in, find recipe, find fossil, hope you got new flowers, hope you got like fruit of pillage, and then you go. I mean, some of them are definitely closely related. There's no denying that. Like I mentioned cassowaries, but those are very clearly just like, you know, descendants of the fucking like velociraptor tree, because they have the same sort of like giant hooked toe claw for like planting into shit and killing. Like, you know, stuff like that is still around. I guess to be fair, yeah, I would call a cassowary a non-avian, like, you know, an avian dinosaur, rather. Because, you know, the fucking things. Nasty things. But, like, on the whole, I don't know how, like, you know, looking at most birds, I would struggle to say that's, like, an avian dinosaur. At that point, like, you know, it's just avian. But again, this is me being, you know, internet dickhead. What do I know? Your field is wrong and it's very bad. So say me. I should move that over with those. In fact, I will. Your independence irritates me. Sky got anything else? Pardon me. Sorry. No. Alright, well, I think that's gonna be me for the night, because that's not... Yeah, I mean, he is just, you know, keeping watch in the changing room. It's fine. There's no meeting there, it's fine. Just get in the changing room. Yes, that'll be the weekend stream for the night. I will next be on stream when Resident Evil 3 finally shows up. Whenever that is. Royal Mail apparently has it, but has not yet seen fit to deliver it, so their load must be kind of fucked right now, especially, you know, with the pandemic and everything, so I can't get too annoyed. But it was meant to cut. It was released yesterday, so I'm kind of like, where is it? It probably won't arrive tomorrow, because Sunday post is... And I say it's wrong, Emily. But yeah, I'll next be on to Resident Evil 3. Hey. Whenever it does show up. Whenever that is. And, yeah. Thanks for watching, thanks for coming out. My god. 3 in a row. Yeah, that'll do it for us. Alright. Good night, lads. See yous.